So readers and writers, there's a really fun game that we can play to help us to become fantastic word solvers, and it's called Making Words. One way we can play this game is to start with a small word that we know. I'm going to start with the word at. This is a great word, a power word that we can use to help us to spell tons of other words. To give myself some ideas of other words that I can make, I can use my alphabet chart to see what other letters might make sense with the word at if I put another sound at the beginning. So I already have an A for at, b, at, bat. Hey, that sounds like a good letter that I could add. Why don't I do that? So now I can make a letter B, b, at, and if I crash all my sounds together, it makes the word bat. I can do this with other letters that I wrote down off of my alphabet chart, like k, at, cat, or h, at, hat, or s, at, sat. Or I can make longer words. Like if I come back to the word hat, I can add an S to make ats, hats, or k, ats, cats, or b, ats, bats, or if I've learned some of my blends, my letters that you crash together to make a new sound, I can use some of these. Like if I were to use the sound like thumb, if I take the sound like thumb and I put it next to the word at, I've got at that. Or if I know the ch sound like cheese, I can take my letter cards and make the ch sound for ch, at, chat. And then I can even add an S, ch, at, chats. So there's so many different words that we can make with our letter cards and using our alphabet charts to help us make so many new words. When I'm playing the Making Word game, it can be really fun just to take my letter cards and make my new words and then read them as I crash them together. B, at, bat. But also if I then write them down, I can see which words I've made, and then I can use them later in a story or in sentences. So maybe I have a whiteboard and I can write down the words that I make. H, at, hat. S, at, sat. Maybe I don't have a whiteboard. Maybe I just have some spare scrap paper and I can use that to write down my words. So s, at, sat, k, at, cat, the cat sat. And that's how I can take the words that I make and write them out and write them into sentences.